before I forget, show you my little campsite. It was not an ideal location. The comment said excellent camping, gorgeous camping. Yes, it was gorgeous, but the sites were not necessarily ideal. And it's a mess because I'm in the throes of packing up, but wanted you to see where I was. Usually I try to clean it up a little for you, but you're just gonna have to see how it looks when I'm packing. Everything's open, everything's everywhere. I kind of take over. There's my bandana drying out, but here's what makes it. There's Sherry, she's packing up, but there's what makes it. You can hear it in the background. Yeah, well, you can hear it in the background. The brook, Cascade Brook. You know what? The sights might not always be ideal, but once you're in your tent, it's home. And that's all that matters. And I slept great, so yeah, got kind of a big elevation day today. So I want to get going, so packing we will do. Until later. First view of the day. Hiking up the Liberty Trail to Lincoln and Lafayette in New Hampshire, White Mountains. And I am not even at the summit yet. Oh my gosh. And this is the view from Little Haystack, which I had never climbed before. So now I have summited Little Haystack. And that, we're gonna be going over Lincoln and then Lafayette, if I am not mistaken. And this is the summit of Mount Lincoln. I still got that one over there. Doesn't look like much from the camera, but I assure you, it's a monster compared to this one. There we go. And this, way off in the distance. See, this looks so far on the camera, but not to me. This is Greenleaf Hut. I stayed there before. It's too close to stay this time. And I'm wondering, I don't know if this is Mitzpah Hut or if it's a shelter. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm not sure which direction I'm going, so. I know I'm going towards Garfield, and I do not think it's that direction, so. I think it's just on the other side of Lafayette. Oh, look at the bird. All right, and here's the cairn to tell me I'm here. Let's move on. Long day ahead still. So not fair. It's like a perfect day, right? And the closer I get to Lafayette with the almost best view on the AT, this is blowing through. So I don't know what they're seeing, but you can see how it's just changing, like lower on the mountains. It's a beautiful bluebird day, and go high enough, and it looks like rain clouds. All right, just in case, I need to not waste any time. It's not like choice here. It's not like, oh, I'll just do this another day. No, I have to do this. So, I mean, worst case, if the weather was really that bad, I would rethink it. But I think it might just rain. I pray it doesn't. But I'd like to move along and see if I can avoid it. And maybe it won't. Maybe it's just a looming rain cloud. All right, off we go. Here's Lafayette. Glad I got a view on the other summits. I'm in the rain cloud for sure, but it is not raining. So, oh my gosh, you can see it though moving. Look at the cloud moving. Can you see that? The edge of it. Yeah, it's moving fast. The wind is blowing hard. You can see that. See it? Anyway, I'm gonna move along quickly. I thought I would. I'm really bummed because I thought I would stop and eat, but I shall get below tree line and then eat. I think it will be a whole new world below tree line, but it's beautiful. I don't care. It's still very beautiful. Just look at that. Look at the wind blowing the cloud. It's just incredible. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Let's see. There. Look at that. I know you can see it. I'm just fascinated. Okay. Must go. I think we're gonna summit Garfield now. Well, not now. Got a long way to go to get there, but yes, that is next. So this section of trail is less popular. Most people come up and down Bridle Path and go to Lafayette, Lincoln, etc. They think they rarely come this way. This is the way to go to Garfield. And I, last year, came through this section. And do you see that little rock area there? I saw two young people standing there, like in their young 20s. And from my vantage point, it looked like, it was almost like a Romeo and Juliet type of scene where they may jump off, together. And so I almost yelled, or I was tempted to yell, "Don't do it!" But realizing they would never have understood my humor, I kept my mouth shut. When the girl spotted me, she whipped around and she goes, "I just got engaged." And I was like, oh my God. And I almost yelled, "Don't do it." I was dying inside. But I pulled myself together and congratulated them, gave her a hug, took their picture, and then thanked God for once I kept my mouth shut. It was like so funny though, but I think I laughed for another hour after that. Anyway, oh look, the fog is lifting, at least from my view. I can see the sun again. Hopefully the lower we go, the less fog we will see. Alrighty, off we go. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be dropping below tree line pretty soon. So I wanted to get one more view. It's just so unbelievably gorgeous. This is a view that I believe is right before the Mount Garfield summit, which I do not have to go up. It's on top of a boulder. believe I just walked by it, but wanted you to see this insane view. You know, it's again, because I am right here, right now, in this moment today. The other day when it was pouring would have been a whole different view, or lack thereof. It's just incredible. I believe that right there, that is the summit of Mount Garfield, because that's the remains of an old fire tower that obviously is not there anymore. But this was just a rock outcrop offering an incredible view. So this is the dining hall. Hello. The kitchen where the crew works very hard. And this is the privy area. Really great. And I'll show you the bunk room really quick, and then I gotta get out of here, get back on the trail. We just had bacon, eggs, coffee cake, oatmeal for breakfast. You can see, this is the bunk, and this is where I stay. Oops. Trying to be quick because getting a much later start than I usually do. But here is Gale Head Hut. Okay. And you can get water. You can come and stay and take a rest, even if you're not a guest. If you get here after dinner, sometimes they'll offer you leftovers. After breakfast, they'll offer you leftovers, because you know what? In all fairness, they do not want to pack this out, the leftover food, because that is the option. They have nothing else they can do with it. Compost it, but also pack it out. So they're happy to, when they can, offer leftovers to thru hikers. Okay, back on trail. Here we go. We got South Twin to look forward to. This is the summit of South Twin. And some folks I stayed at the hut with are coming up behind me. Wicked nice folks. They're doing a hut to hut. Sounds like a fun thing. Maybe I'll do someday. What a day. What a day. So the next peak, Zealand. This river brings back memories. I had attempted to climb Zealand Mountain, and I got this far. The hut is just like 0.1 from here. I had gotten this far. The river was raging so strong, there was no way. It was impassable. It was probably up to my waist. It was impassable. The power in the water was crazy. And I sat on that rock right there and said, okay, you win this time. And I turned around and went back to my car. But I have since hiked it. And now I'm passing over this river again. I am just thankful it's not raging. Oh boy.